Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic, and welcome back to Total Drama Reviews. This is where I, as a lover of animation and reality shows, look over the show to combine them together the best. And we're looking over the third episode of Total Drama Island, The Big Sleep. So the first episode was clunky and not well executed, but that means there can always be a rise in quality. Does it show improvement? Well, put your pillows to bed, drink a barrel's worth of coffee. This is The Big Sleep. So after a recap of the first episode, we see Chris wake everybody up. Ow! And clearly Cody's not an early riser, as he makes the foolish choice of trying to steal Eva's MP3 player. You could put a diamond ring on a Venus flytrap account with less damage. But that's not the end to Eva's random anger in this episode, as she gets mad at Chris's choice for the challenge.
Oh, you'll get breakfast, Owen, right after you complete your 20-kilometer run around the lake.
Oh, so you're funny now. You know what I think would be funny?
Come on, Eva, a 20K run for you is the equivalent of me opening a soda can. Wait a minute, that wasn't soda. And speaking of blow-ups...
She's only been here one day and she's already thrown her suitcase out a window and broken the lock on one of the bathroom doors.
Maybe she really needed to pee? So the run begins with some obvious stragglers complaining. So, basically like every marathon run by teenagers.
I don't run. And I definitely don't run in high-heel wedges.
And what's your excuse? You skinny, annoying... I'm not losing this challenge. Back off. You're jumping. Make me.
1 hour later.
Truce? Yeah, you got it.
Some truce they made, huh? I knew it was fake on Heather's end, but it really only took one day for LaShawn to take it back too? Shouldn't we be seeing stuff outside the challenge that goes more in detail about this? Yeah, something I noticed while rewatching this is that, as much as this show is parodying Survivor, it doesn't really follow the same format of the show. Survivor was mostly 30% camp life, then challenges, then strategizing, with 10% elimination. Total Drama, complete opposite. Maybe 15% camp life and strategizing, 5% elimination, and 80% challenge. Why would they spend so much time on just the immunities? In Survivor, very rarely did you learn anything about the contestants from the challenges. At least in terms of just getting to know who these people are. Here, just squeeze all of these individual character moments into that big part of the pie chart. Let's see, we get Eva's temper.
You know what I think would be funny?
Harold being weird.
Do you know how much longer?
Gwen being moody.
Don't walk beside me.
Heather and LaShawna's feud.
Must have condition.
It's called overeating. Look into it.
And what's your excuse? You skinny, annoying... Ooh.
And Courtney being the demanding, kinda leader of her team.
What took you so long? We just lost the challenge.
You don't know that? Chris didn't give any rules. All he said was complete the run before dinner or you don't eat.
You're not for dinner time. You don't eat.
Nowhere in there did he mention immunity. But whatever, this creates the false impression that the Gophers won. Only for Chris to reveal the next part of the challenge is a Golden Corral style buffet.
After a whole week of brown sludge, I almost cried when I saw that buffet.
A whole week? What happened to being there only one day?
She's only been here one day and she's already thrown her suitcase out a window and broken the lock on one of the bathroom doors.
Maybe it just feels like a week has passed? Or maybe... Yeah, I think this counts. Anyways, Chris reveals that, psych, the challenge still isn't over. Points for making the longest challenge in reality TV show history outside of Palau.
What more do you want from us?
Weird goth girl is right. Haven't we been through enough?
I got pregnant for this show. So Chris reveals the actual challenge in the simplest terms possible.
The old wake-up line. The team with the last camper standing wins invincibility.
What you're saying is the 20K run and the turkey-eating frenzy were part of your evil plan to make it harder for us to stay awake?
That's right, Gwen.
To this episode's credit, those parts of the challenge actually coincide with each other.
How long do you think it'll be before everyone's out cold?
About an hour, give or take. Maybe less.
Great job, Gwen Stradamus. Next you'll be predicting Owen, the annoying stink bomb, to have a funny line.
Stay awake for 12 hours? I can do that in my sleep.
Well, I amaze myself sometimes.
This is the most boring thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm guessing you've never seen The Postman.
Could be way worse.
How?
Well, I could be stuck here without you to talk to.
Okay, let's cram Gwen and Trent's romance in the challenge as well. Actually, this entire episode is based around just establishing these two as a couple. And in theory, this should be a pretty good execution. They talk about their likes and dislikes.
Favorite song?
She would be loved. She will be loved. Favorite color?
Midnight Blue.
How they feel about certain things. This should be a really sturdy and likable romance. So why is this my reaction?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, for the most popular pairing of the first season, I find myself caring very little about either of these two, especially together.
I think I'm so tired, I'm not tired anymore. Does that make sense?
I really have no idea.
Straight up, they have no chemistry. I know that sounds stupid considering how much they talk and relate to each other, but relatability and actual attraction are two different things. And neither of them sound invested in their like for each other for even a second of the episode.
Trent! Don't leave me.
And yeah, I'm sure the reason for that is because they're both incredibly tired from the challenge, but maybe that means we should have saved this for a later episode? It doesn't help that Gwen and Trent's tones are no different from how they talk throughout the rest of the dang series either.
Are you okay?
My key's in that skunk hole. Skunks totally freak me out.
Listen, I've already got my key. Let me help you out.
Don't believe me? Well, answer me this question then. Why is Gwen smitten by the second hottest guy on the island and never once seemed happy or excited about it? No, seriously, in this episode alone, Gwen has about as much interest as, you're gonna kill me for this, Bella Swan. I'm not saying she's as awful as Bella Swan, just as invested. It's so weird to say because I liked Gwen when I first saw this show, but rewatching it, there's nothing really interesting about her, which is really odd. She's a loner goth with an artistic side. She's got a strong sense of both friendship and conflict, but all throughout the show, Gwen just gives the aura that she doesn't care to be there.
Journal?
Beat it. Where are you going?
Anywhere that's not here. Oh, I hate this place.
I know what you're thinking, she's a goth. That's the point. No, it isn't. Some of my favorite cartoon characters are goth. Mavis Dracula, Sam Manson, Raven, and all of them had at least some level of passion in them. Even if it was passion for being impassionate. Gwen doesn't have any of that.
Can I walk with you?
No. I mean, whatever. What part of Beat It don't you understand?
Her tone throughout most of the season is, oh, this is awful, I hate being here. There's nothing enjoyable about meeting new people, making good friends, and finding a potentially good guy to spend time with.
Yep, this camp pretty much still sucks. But now that I'm here, I guess I might as well actually try to win.
How is any character with that kind of attitude any fun to watch? So I bet you're wondering what I liked about her in the first place then. Well, two reasons. One, goth character. Couldn't help it. And two, because she always got trashed by mean girl Heather, and we wanted to see her come out on top. Speaking of which...
My strategy is to get 2 other campers to form an alliance with me and take to the final 3. The only question is, who can I find that is either desperate or dumb enough to do whatever I say?
Can I try?
Sure. Perfect.
I like to call it my dumbass girl alliance.
Wait a second, that came out after this season! Did Total Drama really predict one of the biggest villains in Survivor history? Nah, he probably stole her strategy. However, there is one flaw I see in this, and it revolves around the established showmance of Lindsay and Tyler.
You can't date him.
Why not?
Because he's on the other team. You can't inter-team date. It's like against the alliance rules.
I thought Heather was supposed to be a smart strategist. Why is she not taking advantage of this shallow but enjoyably simple romance? It's like having the main characters from Dragon's Lair in an alliance. It adds more character, and it's not like Tyler can take you out. He's kind of stupid, and not even helpful to his own team. Use him!
Do you want evil or efficient?
Well, evil, of course.
And speaking of evil, Heather's first major villainous move is stealing Eva's MP3 player when she goes to use the bathroom. And I'm guessing Eva never once notices throughout the entire competition that her prized possession is missing. No, it's cool, I get it. If Thor lost his hammer... No, I mean like, lost it. I'm sure he wouldn't worry about it until much later. Heather does this to further anger Eva, which will send her into a furious rage, alienating her from her team. She kinda did that already, but why dwell on that? Let's just watch how subtly she steals it. I think Hamburglar is a more subtle thief than that. I love how no one's keeping actual count here. I made this folder for a reason. Okay, first, which reality show can physically show dreams? And second, are you sure that those aren't my dreams? I would have loved to have had an extra 2 to that casualty counter still at this. There's also a funny moment where the campers dream of Chef Hatchet as the Sugar Plum Fairy trying to doze them off.
Filled with very boring children. Huh?
Those aren't pillows.
But DJ makes the sensible choice of tying himself to a tree, which would obviously do nothing, and then the tree just falls down, with no rhyme or reason.
Timber.
Anyway, we get more Gwent conversations, which could be very sweet and romantic if they weren't undercut by... Get it? Because he's Richard Hatch. Get it? Yeah, a good portion of this episode is just Owen's day out, and all the wonderful sleepwalking adventures he goes through. Now, to be fair, these moments do help further establish the show as an incredibly dumb parody, but... I bet you remember that episode, Survivor. So yeah, most of the rest of the episode is just Owen sequences and Gwent relating again. Riveting.
Where's the Little Dipper again?
Follow the handle to that bright star, the pole star, and it's right there.
Are the stars just aligned differently above Canada? Because that's not at all how the Big and Little Dipper are positioned. To be fair, it is interrupted by one very funny scene.
He hasn't moved in over 50 hours.
His eyelids are painted.
That is so freaking cool! But you're still out, dude.
That is the funniest scene in the whole episode, aside from this one, of course. Okay, how are Gwen and Trent our signature couple when you have this wonderful bit of Steven Universe table scraps waiting for you? Heck, their table scraps equal a good meal. Dramatically, the challenge comes down to Gwen and Duncan. However, Duncan falls asleep on the toilet, making Gwen the hero for the Gophers. So who are the bats going to vote out? There's not much of a reason to vote anybody out unless you really force it onto us like you did last time. Oh right, I forgot about this part. Yeah, unlike Ezekiel, who at least had that hilariously forced pep talk from Chris, Eva had virtually no lead up to her going home throughout the entire episode, aside from that confessional from Courtney and her behavior before the 20K. And come on, that could just be not mourning people things.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Anyway, she throws a lot of things out, accusing her team of stealing her MP3 player. Yeah, not considering she might have lost it, or that the other team might have stolen it. No, the people out to get her are the people who need her. Great logic. So Heather comes in revealing that she has it, and yep, it was all a misunderstanding.
Okay, maybe I overreacted a little.
Overreacting? Overreacting? Fire in the hole!
At the bonfire ceremony, Eva ironically sits the closest to the marshmallows when she's obviously going home.
Eva, the dock of shame awaits.
You can't act like a total raging psychopath and then expect people to just forgive you. She's never gonna have a career if she doesn't get her act together.
But after she goes, Courtney vows that her team will not lose the next challenge, while Heather gloats that her plan worked perfectly. Well, I guess that wraps everything up. Oh, except that Owen is still out in the wilderness naked. And as if we could forget that, they actually iris out to his butt. Jesus, that's a Reefer Madness edit. Do you really want to be compared to Reefer Madness? Okay, maybe, but that was hilariously bad. This wasn't. This was... I guess there were improvements, like having the challenges correlate, some select funny scenes, and even seeing more character interactions. But the scenes still remain unfocused, the comedy inconsistent, the direction awkward, and the elimination horribly built up. I hope at least some of these things are fixed in the upcoming episodes. With that said, we can only wait to see if the Killer Bass can finally break their losing streak without Dominatrix Eva. It's a good thing the next challenge is something she'd probably suck at. Ooh, bad timing.
Stay awake, don't rest your head.
Don't lie down upon your bed.